Processed foods. They're everywhere. Quick, convenient, and oh so addictive. But have you ever stopped to wonder, what are they really doing to your health? Today, we're breaking down the truth about processed foods, how to spot the worst offenders, and what you can do to protect your health. Get ready, because this might just change the way you eat forever. Let's be real, processed foods are everywhere. They line the grocery store aisles, fill vending machines, and are often the go-to option when you're short on time. But how do they actually affect your health? Are all processed foods bad? And what's the real truth behind them? Let's break it down in a simple, no-nonsense way. What exactly are processed foods? First things first, what do we mean by processed foods? Technically, any food that has been altered from its natural state is considered processed. That means even things like bagged salad or pre-cut veggies count as processed foods. But when we talk about processed foods in the context of health concerns, we're usually referring to ultra-processed foods. Think chips, sodas, sugary cereals, frozen dinners, and fast food. These foods go through multiple stages of processing, stripping away nutrients while adding artificial flavors, preservatives, unhealthy fats, and excessive sugar or sodium. This makes them more appealing, addictive, and convenient. But at what cost? Why are processed foods so addictive? Ever wonder why it's so hard to stop after just one potato chip or a single cookie? That's not just your lack of willpower, it's food science at work. Many processed foods are engineered to hit what scientists call the bliss point, the perfect combination of salt, sugar, and fat that makes food almost irresistible. On top of that, artificial flavor enhancers and additives trick your brain into wanting more. It's no accident that you crave another handful of chips or can't resist finishing a whole bag of candy. How processed foods impact your health. Now, let's talk about the big question. How do processed foods affect your body? Weight gain and obesity. Ultra-processed foods are often loaded with empty calories, meaning they provide energy but very few nutrients. They're also digested quickly, leading to blood sugar spikes and crashes that make you feel hungrier sooner. Studies have found that people who eat a diet high in processed foods tend to consume more calories overall and gain weight faster. Increased risk of heart disease. Many processed foods are packed with trans fats, refined carbohydrates, and excessive sodium, all of which contribute to high blood pressure, inflammation, and clogged arteries. Over time, this raises your risk of heart disease and stroke. Higher chances of type 2 diabetes. Because processed foods often contain refined sugars and low-quality carbohydrates, they cause rapid spikes in blood sugar. Over time, this can lead to insulin resistance, increasing your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Digestive issues and gut health problems. A healthy gut relies on fiber, probiotics, and a variety of whole foods. Unfortunately, many processed foods lack fiber and contain artificial ingredients that can disrupt the balance of good bacteria in your gut. This can lead to bloating, constipation, and even long-term digestive issues. Higher risk of cancer. Certain processed foods, especially processed meats like hot dogs, sausages, and deli meats, have been linked to an increased risk of cancer. The preservatives, additives, and high levels of sodium in these foods may contribute to chronic inflammation and cell damage, which can increase the risk of developing cancer over time. Are all processed foods bad? Not necessarily. Some minimally processed foods can actually be good for you. For example, frozen fruits and veggies. They retain most of their nutrients and are great for smoothies, soups, or quick meals. Canned beans and lentils. A great source of protein and fiber, as long as you choose options with no added salt or preservatives. Plain yogurt. Contains probiotics for gut health, but watch out for flavored versions loaded with sugar. The key is to read labels carefully and choose foods that are as close to their natural state as possible. How to cut back on processed foods. If processed foods are such a big part of the modern diet, how can you start reducing them? Here are some practical tips. Cook more at home. The more meals you prepare yourself, the more control you have over ingredients. Read ingredient labels. If a product has a long list of unpronounceable ingredients, it's best to avoid it. Choose whole foods. Go for fresh produce, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and lean proteins. Swap out processed snacks. Replace chips and candy with healthier alternatives like nuts, fruit, or homemade granola bars. Drink more water. Many processed drinks are full of sugar and additives. Water, herbal tea, or homemade fruit-infused drinks are much better choices. Processed foods are convenient, tasty, and often cheaper than whole foods, but they come with serious health risks. While it's unrealistic to cut them out completely, making an effort to minimize ultra-processed foods and focus on whole, natural foods can have a huge impact on your overall health. At the end of the day, it's all about balance. The occasional indulgence won't ruin your health, but making whole, nutrient-dense foods the foundation of your diet will keep you feeling better, looking better, and living longer. Your body will thank you.